Welcome to another edition of Against the Spread. You should pay attention because this man is going to be giving his picks for you against the spread. Now, he's going to have all the games for you except for the Thursday nighter on Friday on Sportsnet.ca. Right here, we're going to break down 5 that we really like in the last 3 weeks. This guy, 12-3 in this very segment, looks to keep it going.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at first a couple teams where the offense is not great.
Yeah.
37% of the public likes Chicago at home. The line is 6.5 for the Bears. Do you see any way the Lions make this a closer football game?
The only way they keep it close is if they improve on the offensive line. That unit was terrible last week against the Vikings. They gave up a franchise record for the Vikings in terms of sacks, 10. More sacks given up than points scored. And the bad news only gets worse for the Lions because Khalil Mack might be coming back. He's practicing today, and he was a monster in the games leading up to his ankle injury. So I'm surprised that the public is going more with the Lions than with the Bears, because if Mack is back and they get after Stafford, a touchdown seems like a given to me.
Even if that line improves, you keep the backs in, maybe chip a little bit to give them some help. A lot of those sacks were covered sacks because without Golden Tate, nobody is getting open on that offense. So for me, the Lions are a team you pick against in Survivor. You certainly bet your mortgage against when you're betting. And even in fantasy football, it's a team that you stream your defenses against if they're available on the waiver wire, because this offense is going to be so bad moving forward. All that to say, I'll stick to the Bears. Now, if you've been watching us since week 1, thank you. Like, subscribe, share. But also, you know that we like to expose the lines that are tough and the ones that we don't get. This would be a line that we don't get. Atlanta, minus just 4 going to Cleveland. So basically, since Cleveland is the home team, the bettors are saying that there's only a point difference between these two teams. People betting believe that's not the case because 77% of the public are with the road Falcons. Are you one of those 77%?
I am. It's hard not to, and I think the line might be because earlier this year the Falcons were really struggling outside of their own dome. They lost in Philadelphia in the first week of the season and then really struggled to get points on the road. Last week they went to Washington, though, and scored 38 pretty emphatically, and now they've won 3 in a row. The Browns, we all know, they're a disaster. They've switched their head coach. They have an offensive coordinator who's never called plays before outside of last week. So it's hard not to go with the Falcons and 77% of the people betting on this game.
Yeah, one of those 38 was Julio Jones' touchdown. He ends
finally.
the 12-game drought, finally. And this offense has been so good that now if he starts rolling in the red zone specifically, they're going to be scary good. They may not score 38. Even if they score 28, do you trust the Baker Mayfield-led Browns to put up that amount of points? I don't. Not at this point in his career anyways.
Yeah.
I like Atlanta as well. Who dat versus who day. The Saints, after a massive win, taking down the Rams at home, go on the road to Cincy. 5.5 are the Saints as the favorite. Do you think the Bengals, coming off a bye, can get a win?
I don't think they can get this win. The Saints are the best team in football, and I said it before last week's game against the Rams, and I only believe it more after that really, really impressive win. They can do so much on offense to beat you. The defense, they have the best rush defense in the NFL, which is surprising. Not a lot of people are talking about it. And now they have Des Bryant. Who knows whether he'll play this weekend, and I don't know how much of a factor that is, but the point is, the offense is great. The Bengals almost gave up a huge lead to the Bucs last time out at home, and the Saints are just unbeatable, whether it's on the road or at home. So it's hard not to take them here.
Yeah, of the teams with 1 loss, the Saints, oddly enough, probably have the worst loss early in the year against Tampa Bay. But this defense is totally different than the one that Fitzmagic threw all over. I don't think Andy Dalton, without A.J. Green, who's out for a couple weeks, is going to be able to put up enough points to keep up with Drew Brees. I don't know if there's going to be cell phones in either end zone on the road at Paul Brown Stadium, but I think definitely you can call this in as a Saints win. Massive spread. 10 points, mind you, at home, but still the Rams are big favorites against the Seahawks. Too many points for your liking?
Too many points for me. The Rams, coming off their first loss, they're going to want revenge, but I don't see them doing this, mostly because they've covered just once in their last 6 games. And this is a divisional matchup. The Seahawks are always going to play the Rams hard. It was just a 2-point game the last time these two teams played in Seattle, so I'm going to stick with Seattle here.
Yeah, listen, I don't necessarily feel great about it, but I am going to go with the Rams. I do feel like they have a big bounce back and they have a blowout. Seattle, their defense has improved, but Russell Wilson, another pick 6. I don't think offensively they're going to be able to, if they get behind early, stay in the game and throw the ball to win. I'm going to take the Rams. 2 teams moving in opposite directions. And actually, the spread is moving in the direction of the Eagles, the home favorite. It started at 5.5. It's now at 6.5. So get that money in early, because I think this line may continue to move as Jerry Jones continues to talk. And as we get closer to kickoff, I'm going to, go out on a limb and assume that the in-house Eagles fan is going to fly Eagle fly, and he's part of that 67%. Is that correct?
I'm actually hesitant to take the spread, but I'm still going to do it. The Eagles are 1-3 against the spread at home, so it hasn't been great. They've given up a couple big leads at home, but the Cowboys are worse on the road than the Eagles are at home. They're 0-4 on the road, and now they're just coming off their first loss at home, which was a pretty brutal loss. So I'm going to stick with my Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, 6.5 is a lot of points, but Marcus Mariota is not Carson Wentz, and he looked like John Elway against the Dallas defense in the second half. But to make this interesting, I'm going to ride with my Cowboys, at least for one more week. And we can do a little wager on this wager. Yeah. If you win, if the Eagles cover the spread, I will wear an Eagles jersey.
Sure.
So basically, I'm going to wear an Eagles jersey.
You're going to wear my Wentz jersey.
Pretty much, yeah. But if somehow miraculously the Cowboys cover this number or win outright, let's not get too crazy. They would have to give Zeke the ball in the fourth quarter for that to happen. Novel concept. Then I'm going to bring in some Cowboys garb, maybe a hoodie, maybe a T-shirt. So watch with bated breath, because I'll be wearing green once again in this segment.
It's a good color.
Survivor pick time. So if you're still alive, congratulations. You may have very well won your pool already, the way we saw upsets early in the year. So if that's the case, congratulations to you. You can stop watching now, evidently. But if you're still alive, you're going to need to pick some teams that probably aren't very good. Yeah. And that's why you're still alive. I'm going to go with the Jets, team that's not very good, but you're going to have to pick them probably at some point. How else are you going to find a way to pick the Jets than at home in the division against the only team in their division, probably in the sport, that's worse to them than the Buffalo Bills? Yes, that's right, Bills fans. Did it to you again.
Once again.
Who you got?
I'm going to go with the Colts, and it's really risky. They're playing the Jags. I actually lost last week taking your Cowboys. It was a big mistake. But this week I'm going to get back on track. The Colts are playing well. They're protecting Andrew Luck better than they ever have, really. I don't think they've allowed a sack in the last 3 games. And they're coming up against a Jags team that's really struggling. My question here is, how will the Jags be able to keep up with the Colts? I don't think they will, and I see them winning here at home.
I agree.